Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium. The smoke machine is rolling, and the Miami Hurricanes making their customary grand entrance onto the field. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hurricanes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Florida State's offense will get the first possession of the game. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big one, Paul.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling, when they had so much NFL talent and speed on the field, it seemed like each and every year. And this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake on first down. It's caught downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. He's looking to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking deep. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Here comes the offense on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. And the Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
And they're hoping they can do that for another year, and they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 in a row.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games.
He's off to the races. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Canes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. complete on the right side. Touchdown, Hurricane! What a grab and go for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
The Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gonna run it. It's Presley. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Between the uprights, it's good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the back. Tackle was made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played. But no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great. The lineage, the history of the players. So it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1951.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
But right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that now.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Touch pass on the run. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Offenses don't just line up and say, I'm going to pound you now, especially once you get in the red zone. The field shrinks and everybody...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Right back to him on the ground. And the Seminoles get it past the sticks. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Leaves it with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Offensive coordinators don't really have play sheets for 3rd and 75. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but when you put yourself in a bad situation, backed up like this, you know, with mistakes and negative plays, not many plays in the playbook you can go.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to...
What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way back.
linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for Cor.
Going downfield for the big play. He's got it down the right side. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Cade. What a catch and run for 6.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball is thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. ULM is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Warhawks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Old Dominion. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He makes the connection. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He'll come out throwing on first down. Going to try to get it himself. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Gets it out fast. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Comes out throwing on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And that pass intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive.
Brings it down on the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Here's the handoff.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Got it on the run. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down. And the Canes want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give to the tailback. At the 35, he's loose. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I will continue to feed this workhorse.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Hurricane. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game. It just doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
Speed and swag. They got it going now. They got the confidence going. And when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining up all over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Goes to the option. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. The give on 4th down. Still running at the 40. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Off the play fake. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. He's going to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Man, I love it when my QB not only uses his athletic ability, but uses his head. Nice job here. Nothing open. Don't force the football. You've got the lead. It's the 4th quarter. Nice job taking off and getting the 1st down.
Fakes the grab on the left.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Handoff from the gun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and goal. Touchdown, Miami! And the punishment has been extended. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry down, and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Reinbold. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. To the air on first down. It's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They're working that left side. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Looking to move it through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here lately.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally with the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He will not pick up the first down. The desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
The offense set for a first down play. Looking to pass. It's Trevino. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Stopped after making the catch. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
And another Miami Hurricane. The Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's Murphy. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes his connection. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. With these situations, you drop so many guys back deep. But as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It's really easy.